Hello guys. In this video, let us focus on one of the important concepts related to incrementing. So in the previous video, when we used the for loop, we used the increment operator there. So you can see something of this approach, but you can also see now in the line 18 that we have another way of incrementing, which is adding the plus plus before the variable name. So it's very important to know the difference between this approach and this approach. So what you see in line number 16, it is called as post increment. And what you see in line 18, it is known as the pre-increment. First, let me execute this to see what the output is like, and then let us go through the code. So here it is, the output for our reference, and now let's understand what's happening here. So we have a variable whose initial value is 1, and then in line 16, we increment that variable, and that value is assigned to another variable called as a post variable. So what's happening here in line 16, or what happens when you do a post increment, is that whatever value is there for the variable, that will be assigned to the post variable. And after the assignment is done, the increment happens. That is, variable has a value of 1 that will be assigned to the post variable. So post variable will also have the value of 1. And once that assignment is done, then the variable's value will be incremented. That's why if you see in the line number 17, first printout, post variable has a value of 1, which happened because whatever was the value of the variable was assigned to post variable, and that's why post variable has the value 1. But if you see what the value of the variable is, it is 2, because after the assignment was done, its value was incremented by 1. So that is what the post increment is about. And now if you look at the line number 18, we are doing a pre-increment. So in the case of a pre-increment, what happens is the increment is done first and then the assignment happens. So because of the increment done in line number 16, variable now has the value of 2, which was confirmed by this print over here. And now we do a pre-increment. So variable's value becomes 3, and that incremented value is now assigned to the pre-variable. And that is why pre-variable will also have the value of 3, and that's the reason why you see this kind of an output, where the pre-variable also has a value of 3 and the variable also has a value of 3. So just to summarize, the difference between post increment and pre-increment is that in the case of post increment, um, and when you have an assignment as shown in the line 16, first the assignment will happen and then the increment will happen. Whereas in the case of pre-increment, first the increment will happen and then the assignment will happen. So this is one of the primary differences that you should be knowing. And in the use cases wherein it doesn't matter to you whether the increment happens first and then the assignment or the evaluation of that particular variable, then it is recommended to always go with the pre-increment approach. And this is one of the reasons why I brought this topic here, because in the previous video where we had a for loop, we had used a post increment, and had we used a pre-increment there, it would not have made any difference. But in terms of the performance, in terms of the optimization, it is recommended to use pre-increment over the post increment. Now, why exactly is something that we can discuss in a different video. But yeah, just know this difference between the post increment and pre-increment.